All right, so if you're a coach and you're tired of posting content constantly and still not getting clients consistently, pay attention to this video. Literally in April, I made $104,000 working around 20 hours a week as basically a one-man business. I'm not posting daily. I'm not trying to become an influencer. I'm not spending all day making reels and stories. And actually right now I'm on vacation in Cabo, literally sitting by the pool right behind me, and we made another $11,000 today. And I'm not really working at all on this vacation. And that should tell you something, because I posted content for literally years of my life, and I honestly got almost nowhere from that. And then I learned how to buy attention from qualified prospects instead of chasing views and followers, right? And my first month using this system, I made $20,000 while I was still living at my parents' house, because instead of hoping random people came to me and found me, I had a system that brought qualified people directly to me every single day. And that's what really changed everything in my life and my business. And so here's the biggest mistake that most coaches make. They're trying to build trust through content slowly, very slowly. Meanwhile, the fastest way to grow is getting directly in front of the people who already know they have a problem and they're already looking for help with that problem. That is why paid acquisition is so powerful, because instead of you having to wait for years to get that attention by creating content every day, being on camera 5 days a week, instead, you can just buy attention tomorrow with ads. And if you know how to turn cold strangers into booked calls and paying clients consistently, you can scale this forever, because if you can sell to one stranger, you can sell to many, right? That is the skill that changes your life. It's not posting motivational reels every day or chasing followers or trying to go viral in the algorithm, right? Which, by the way, that whole business model is based off of luck. You're hoping your content goes viral in the algorithm. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to base my whole business off of luck. I want a system that consistently works every single week, every single month, and brings people to me so I don't have to do the hard work. I don't have to do the heavy lifting. The ads and the system does it for me. And honestly, one of the biggest problems in this industry is almost every program out there teaches coaches that they have to be a video content creator, where they have to post content every day, they have to be filming reels nonstop, and they need to be on camera constantly. But what I have found from working with hundreds of coaches is most coaches are great at being a coach. They're not so good at being on camera. And they definitely don't know how to make a high converting video ad that gets people wanting to reach out to you and pay you thousands of dollars for your coaching program. And by the way, that's completely normal, because coaching and making content are two completely different skill sets. And creating content that actually performs consistently is way harder than people make it out to sound online, right? First, you need to have a good hook. You need to have the perfect background. You need to hold their attention for 2-3 minutes long, which even that alone, with the era that we're living in right now, TikTok, people are scrolling very, very fast. You need to have good lighting, good delivery, good pacing, good storytelling, a good script, a strong CTA, and you need to hold their attention for sometimes 10, 20, 30 minutes straight, right? And that's an entirely separate skill set from coaching. And most coaches don't get into this to become a full-time influencer and editing videos and entertaining people and marketers and videographers on top of already running a business, because running a business is hard in and of itself, right? Most coaches just want clients consistently and having conversations with their dream prospects. That is why I became obsessed with paid acquisition and running ads, because the best part about my system is this. You do not need to become a content creator. You do not need to post content every day. If you look at my profile, I don't post content every day because I don't get my clients from creating content. I get my clients from running ads. I don't have to be on camera constantly, and I don't need to rely on content just to survive. Instead, what we do and what we do for our clients is we run targeted ads directly to people who are already searching for help. Okay, I call them hot buyer type leads. These are prospects who are already in pain, they're trying to solve the problem, and they're willing to invest money to fix it. They just want to reach out to you, find out more about your program, more about you, your personality, and see if they like you. And if they do, and they like your price, they're going to buy. It's a numbers game, right? This business is all about relationships, right? You need to talk to as many people as humanly possible and build trust, right? And so then we convert those people into booked calls and paying clients consistently every month. And that is way better of a business model than posting content for the next 3 years, hoping people just come to you and trust you enough to buy. It's just slow, right? Creating content is a slow and hard way to do things. Another massive reason my clients get results so fast with this is that you actually work directly with me. You're not getting some random coach, support coach that's in a third world country. You're not getting someone who's just barking orders at you. You're getting to spend time with me one-on-one, the person who's actually in the trenches doing this exact thing every single day. Most coaching programs are built to scale the company, not maximize client results. That's why people get thrown in giant group programs where they barely get real help, and they don't get that time and attention one-on-one. And that's not how I built this. Booking qualified calls, by the way, is the hardest part of building a coaching business. It is the most important part of your business. If you can book calls in your calendar, your life will forever change. You'll never run out of opportunities for you to make a sale and make money. Because your business lives or dies based on how many qualified conversations you're having every week with prospects that you can help, right? And that just so happens to be the skill that I'm really fucking good at. I've spent years mastering that process because I knew that would change my life if I could just get calls on my calendar, right? And so I am really, really good at that one skill. That is my bread and butter, okay? Getting you speaking to your ideal prospects on call so that you can sell your program at a high ticket price point consistently every single week, every single month. That is the skill that you need to master if you want to make a lot of money in this business. And it just so happens I have the best system for that. Now, that's also why our clients have been able to make $20,000 in their first month. We have clients making $10,000 in their first week. And hell, we even have clients making $15,000 in a single day with this system. We have some clients make back 5 to 6 times what they paid us within their first month because the system works quickly. Now, I'm going to show you an example real quick. I'm going to go to my profile, and I just posted this today. One of my clients just sent me a message while I'm here in Cabo on vacation. She said, less than 3 days of running your system. I followed your advice. I applied the system. I booked 3 calls, made 2 sales, and she sells a $5,000 program, and she made $10,000 in less than 24 hours. Did that just happen? Wow. Mind blown. Rinse and repeat. This is going to change my life, right? Think about that. So she paid me way less than this. She made $10,000, right? She made $10,000 within 3 days of using my system. So she made more money than what she paid me in literally 3 days. Not 3 months, 3 days. And by the way, this is not uncommon. We've had many, many clients have had results like this. Like I said, if you go on my profile right now and you go on these little client results highlight reels right here at the top, just start going through these. And I'll just show you as an example. This is Sarah making $45,000 as a mom of 3 in a single month using my system. This is Bobbin making $10,000 in 1 week of working with me. Here's the craziest part. He's about to double his investment, right? In this, when I made the screenshot, he was about to double his investment and he hasn't even gotten his ads up and running yet. And he was only a week into working with me. Crazy, okay? This is Elias. We haven't gotten his marketing up and running yet either. And he made $9,000 from one single client with my system, right? There's Sarah again. This is Elias making $15,000 in a single day. Again, haven't even got his ads up and running yet. He's just using a small fraction of what I teach. And if you go through here, the client results reel, there's hundreds and hundreds of these, right? People that I've worked with, clients I've worked with that are booking calls left, right, and center on their calendar, closing deals at a high ticket price point. This is Joe booking, getting $10,000 in a single month, highest month ever, using my system, right? Getting their first client, for $2,000. That's Sarah, by the way. She now sells a $7,000 program. She's the one that made $45,000 last month. So, I mean, like I said, this is the best system I've ever seen. I've never seen a system that gets this kind of results for clients that I work with. By the way, just so you understand, I work with complete beginners. I work with complete beginners starting from scratch. They have no program. They have no offer in place. They have no sales experience, and they're using this system, and literally within their first week, their first month, they're closing deals for thousands of dollars, and they're making $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month with this system. It's absolutely insane. And like I said, you can just go through all these client results. There's so many of them on your own time. I don't want to bore you with the details, but ultimately, this is the best system I have ever seen. So if you are looking for something that's actually going to work, and it does not rely on you creating content and being on camera every day, and it relies on you just speaking to your ideal prospects and you jumping on calls so that you can close deals, that is what this is. And as long as you feel confident talking to people one-on-one, this will change your life, right? Now, Another reason why people feel really confident working with me is the guarantee that I offer, right? So here it is in plain English. We work with you until you make $20,000 in new client income, period. Okay. So this is not like a, hey, here's a course, good luck on your own. We stay in your corner and I work with you and you spend time with me one-on-one. I help build this whole thing out with you and I teach you this entire process. And I'm also going to be giving you feedback. I'm going to be answering your questions. I'm going to be spending time with you one-on-one to make you a master at this process, because I promise you, if you master this system, this will change your business and your life forever, right? After mastering this system in my process, I never have to worry where my next client's gonna come from ever again. I don't have to worry about money anymore, okay? I can literally make $11,000 in Cabo without even really working on vacation, okay? That is what the system can do for you. Now, the real value is learning a skill that can make you money for years. That's what the system is. Now, once you know how to acquire customers consistently, you really never have to worry about clients ever again. That is real freedom. Now, I want to be transparent with you. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme, okay? This takes work, it takes time, it takes repetition, it takes execution, okay? You still need to take sales calls. You still need to improve. You still need to stay consistent when things get hard. But if you are serious about building a real business, right, learning customer acquisition is one of the highest leverage skills that you could possibly learn right now in 2026 and beyond, because the people who know how to acquire customers will always make money. That skill will never go away. And so if this resonates with you and you're serious about changing your life, book a call. And if we are a good if we are a good fit, I would generally be excited to help you build this thing the right way. And I want to just leave you with this. I am not special, okay? I made $104,000 in a single month. I'm 29 years old. I have massive anxiety. I'm introverted. I have ADHD. I'm a flawed human being, right? Flying here to Cabo, massive anxiety, massive stress, because I hate flying. And I tell you that to show you that I am just a normal dude. And if I can do this, I'm a glowing example that anyone can do this, including you, okay? As long as you have a good mindset with this, and as long as you expect this to be harder than you think it's going to be, and it's not going to be as quick as you think it's going to be, and you realize that you're building something long-term and substantial, it's going to change the life of you and your family. And as long as you like talking to people one-on-one and you're willing to take Zoom calls, this will work. Like, this is 100% proven to work. All it comes down to is your mindset and you mastering my process. So that's why I give you time with me as much as you need until you do, because if you do, you're gonna make way more money than what you paid me to learn all this. And like I said, I wish someone told me what I'm about to teach you my first year doing business. I had to waste 10 years of my life and make no money for a long period of time before I actually figured this system out. So I've tried a lot of different things in this space. Nothing has worked. This is the only thing I did, and it's changed my life, and now I'm living the life of my dreams. And again, I am not special. So if I can do this, you can too. Anyway, hopefully you found value in this video, and I will see you in the next one.